So now we'll move into the question and answer portion of today's webinar. As a reminder, you can enter your questions in the Q&A box at the bottom of your screen, or you can ask a question verbally by selecting the raise hand icon. So I'll give you a minute to see if anyone has any questions.
And while those questions, Robin, are coming in, I did want to give some shout outs to, so you all would be able to put some faces to the names. We have Alex Brown here on the call, as well as Winston Oluwole and Tammy Roper. I know we may not have the ability for everyone to show their cameras, but they're on the call as well, and they can be, remember, they can be reached to help you with the ASE grant. Oh, there's Winston. All right, well, it looks like, oh, okay. Robin.
Okay, so we do have one question that came in. Are you still submitting documents through the shared drive?
I can go ahead and take that one. Yes, we are. So, you know, one of the requirements under USDOL is that we protect the PII, and given that most of the forms will include some sort of PII or information that's deemed PII by USDOL, everything will be uploaded and submitted through the secure cloud link, which is Dropbox. And Alex Brown, as well as the apprenticeship specialists, can help you identify which is the best link to upload it to, and can provide any technical assistance with that. Good question.
And there is a comment in the chat box, as I think we all are going to have questions once this goes into operation.
Absolutely, and we highly anticipate that as well. If again, the contact information, we'll send all of this information out to you, like Robin said, within a week. But the contact information for all of us is there, and you can first reach out to the apprenticeship specialist, and then of course anyone on the team, will make sure we get you the right answers. While we're on that topic though, I did want to let everyone know that I posted a link in the chat for the ASE grant toolkit. So if you go to that link on that website, you find the little dark blue greenish button that says ASE grant toolkit. They'll have all of the documents that we talked about during the presentation, as well as the resource guide and a copy of today's presentation, just the PowerPoint. But the recording obviously will be coming later this week or within the next week.
I'll just jump in just to thank everyone again for joining this webinar. For our sponsors out there, technical colleges primarily, who have worked and are currently working with apprenticeships, again, with the period of performance going back to July of 2019, you all currently have apprentices that you have supported, and with the sponsor administrative support, the $300 payment, that money is available for you right now. So one of the first tasks with the specialists is to get together with the colleges and start processing that paperwork. We have close to, based on our estimates, we have close to $100,000 that can be reimbursed for you all as sponsors supporting these apprentices. So it's not something that is starting from today. These are reimbursements that are available for you right now, and this is money that comes back to your college for that support. So if that's enough of a motivator for you, we're looking forward to getting going and getting some of these reimbursements underway.
And to piggyback off of that, good point, Marcus. I know we have a larger audience beyond the technical colleges. Obviously, they're the most active apprenticeship sponsors throughout the state. But if you are a sponsor on your own, or you work closely with an apprenticeship sponsor on your own, where that could be a company, an industry association, you name it, all of that is we have all sorts of apprenticeship sponsors throughout the state. They're eligible for this ASE grant program as well. So if you are an example, an employer, or you know of an employer in your service area, they'll be able to submit for reimbursement. I think we had one more question.
Yes. Yeah, there is a question. It says $100,000 for the whole program.
Great question. No, it's near $1 million for that can be expended on the program. So it's not just $100,000. Yeah, this program is budgeted to serve 800 individuals, apprentices throughout the state of Georgia. All of them eligible for that amount, that $1,300 amount. Well, $1,000 for the employer, $300 for the sponsor. Yeah, there's plenty of funds there for apprentices in Georgia.
Yeah. Thanks for clarifying, Brandon. And yes, the dollar amount I referenced, that is a cumulative current estimate based on the number of active apprentices that are being supported right now. So no, there's significantly more than that's available for us, for you all to help us achieve that goal of 800 minimum apprentices supported.
And then on that, another thing that I'd like to discuss that is kind of difficult to put into the PowerPoint presentation earlier, is the purpose of this grant is to expand, like Marcus mentioned during the presentation, is to expand registered apprenticeship programs throughout the state. And furthermore, DOL has stressed upon us the importance of braiding those funds. So it is, $1,300 per apprentice, but they're highly encouraging everyone to work with their local workforce development areas to help support the cost of the registered apprenticeship programs through some of the state programs as well, Hope Career Grant, you name it, as well as other grants and funding that are available through the U.S. Department of Labor or maybe through other state resources that can help fund apprentices. So this is just one funding stream that can be used to support apprentices here in Georgia.
Okay, we have another question. You guys mentioned that we will need to submit a reimbursement form per apprentice with receipts, ? For the technical colleges, will we send the same report that we have been sending, or exactly what will you need from us as far as receipts?
Yeah, so again, really good question. So I can answer this in two parts. So for the costs, books, supplies, tuition, the tool, whether it's for the related technical instruction or the on-the-job learning, those will all have to be coupled with receipts as well. If it's so yes, it will be let me back up. I got ahead of myself. Let me back up one step. The new form is the one we'll be using moving forward, just because it has been updated to meet the requirements of the grant. So we do have a new form. All of those expenses that I had previously mentioned, those will need to have a receipt. Now for that sponsor administrative support, that would be very difficult to provide a receipt. You are more than welcome to provide some sort of documentation if you'd like on the expenditure. However, you would just fill out that form, and that sponsor administrative support, that $300 amount would not need a receipt like the other expenses. Hopefully that answers that question.
And there is a question that came through the chat box. What would be the date an apprenticeship began to make it eligible for reimbursement? For example, if it began May 2021, is it eligible?
I can take that one. So for like most USDOL apprenticeship grants, you do have to wait. The answer to that question is it depends. You have to wait on when the probationary period for that apprentice expires. So let's say it's a 1-year apprenticeship program, 25%. The probationary period is 25% or 1 year, whatever is shorter. In that case, it would be 4 months. Check my math. But yeah, 25% of the way, then you can submit for reimbursement, and then we can if approved, meaning it's compliant with the grant rules, we'll be able to reimburse that for you. But then again, to stress a point on the presentation, given that it's supposed to serve such a vast amount of apprentices, we'll be trying to process all of that at least on a quarterly basis. So once you reach that 25%, please submit that reimbursement, or let us know that you're planning on submitting that reimbursement as soon as possible.